Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your Wednesday virtual pub quiz with NYC Trivia League and Quiz Night America. My name is Meredith. I am going to be your host tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Hope your week is going well thus far. So glad to have you all join us. Tonight, we're going to be playing 4 rounds of trivia, and you can get yourself signed up for the game by coming to this here website, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Once you get there, you're going to notice we're looking for some basic sign-up details from you, which includes a team name, an email address. Then you're going to find a drop-down menu that asks you whether you are or are not a part of the league. Whatever your league status may be, we welcome you to play with us here tonight. We want you here. Maybe this is the first time you've checked out the game. Hi, thanks for being here. I'll let you know how it works. Maybe you play every single week. Welcome back. You're the bread and butter that make this game continue week to week. I appreciate you. Tonight, these 4 rounds of trivia will unfold as such. The first 3 categories are going to be question and answer style rounds, and our 4th and final theme of the evening is a picture round. So that means the first 3 categories are similar, and here's how they're going to work. As I ask you a question out loud, it will pop up directly on your virtual answer sheet at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. So that means you will be able to see those questions as I'm asking them. Some of the questions may have multiple choice options, but the vast majority of your questions this evening are going to be short answer in their structure. It is your job to enter in the response that you believe to be correct, and then kindly click the button that says submit answers before your 20-second countdown timer expires. Yeah. There's a countdown timer, everybody. Look out for it. It is pesky. It'll catch up on you. Make sure you click submit answers before it's too late. Let's say you type something in and you have a typo, or you change your mind about what you want to put. Feel free to enter in a new response. Just make sure that you click submit answers again before the time expires, so we have your most up-to-date answer over here. Let's say you spell something wrong and you've submitted it and time is up. Don't worry about it. If I can tell that you know what you're talking about and it's a little bit off, I will make sure that you get the points that you deserve to get, but do your best to spell things correctly, please. If you're just joining us, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. I am Meredith. I will be your trivia host this evening. Get yourself signed up for this game by coming to this website, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Once you get there, you'll notice we're looking for that team name, email address. Let us know. Are you in the league? Fabulous. Are you not in the league? Great. We want you all to play with us here tonight. To those of you who are in the league, let's take a look at our standings. That's our schedule. That's not the standings, but little sneak peek. We're going to be back next week, and the movie quiz. It's tonight. The standings, though, after 5 weeks of season 57 of NYC Trivia League, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks are holding on to that top spot, with Jive Turkeys rounding out that 10th spot there. Well done to those 2 teams and everyone else between 2 and 9. Thank you so much for playing with us this season. It's never too late to get signed up for the league, so you could just say you're in it, and then we'll keep track of your scores over at nyctrivialeague.com/standings, and you can see how you stack up against all of the other teams who are playing with us this season. Come on over, get yourself signed up by going to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com to play tonight's game. Our 4th and final round of the evening is going to be structured a wee bit differently than our first 3 categories. It's going to be time for the picture round. I'll walk you all through the specifics of the picture round when we get to that point of the game. Before we dive into round number 1 tonight, I do have 2 rules that I ask that you all kindly abide by this evening. Rule number 1, there's no cheating in trivia. Do not look the answers up. We know you can. Don't do it. It is not in the spirit of this game. Play fairly. Rule number two, do not give away the answers in the chat. We love hearing from you all. Helsinki Syndrome pointing out that our 4-year virtual anniversary is just around the corner. That is so true. The beginning of March, it's coming upon us, everybody. Wild. We like hearing from you. Tell us your thoughts. Just don't ruin it for other people by giving away the answers. All right, folks, we're going to dive into our first round of the night. This is your last chance to get signed up for tonight's game before we dive into round number one. So come on over to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com, enter in that team name, email address, let us know if you are or are not a part of the league, and you will be joining these wonderful 56 teams here tonight, 57 teams in the house from our first sign up, the Helsinki Syndrome, down to our most recent team to join us, Uma Thermos. Hi to those two teams and every team in between. Best of luck on the quiz tonight. Let's do it. Round number one this evening is in the category of 90s sitcoms. So we're talking 90s sitcoms here tonight. Our first question, there are 10 in this round. Here it is. Number one. What actress has more Primetime Emmy Awards and Screen Actors Guild Awards than any other performer, but only won a single Emmy during her 9-season tenure on Seinfeld? Cloris Leachman also has, I believe it's 11 Primetime Emmy Awards as a performer, but this person has some Emmys for other purposes as well. And almost everyone got it right. It is Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Most of those Emmys, one for Veep, another one for The New Adventures of Old Christine. Team 578, this is very kind of you. Thank you so much. Our second question of the evening, after Friends was no longer airing, its Thursday 8 o'clock time slot was given to what spin-off show, which had continually declining ratings despite a heavy promotional push from NBC? Oh, Trivia Rodrigo, what a point you bring up. Yeah, Joey absolutely did premiere in the 2000s, but we referenced Friends within the question, so that's the 90s sitcom popping up within this question. 47 teams got it right. That show was simply called Joey. Joey is your correct answer there. Question number 3, the character Khadijah James. Khadijah James is this on the sitcom Living Single is a graduate of what HBCU located in Washington, D.C.? Notable alumni of the university include Kamala Harris, Chadwick Boseman, and Toni Morrison. Name that school. That Living Single character attended Howard University. Howard, your correct response for number 3. How'd you do? Things are going pretty well thus far with 68% of you getting that one right. Here's number 4. That '70s show ran from 1998 through 2006. In its final season, the character Randy Pearson, played by Josh Myers, entered as a quasi replacement for the character Eric Foreman, played by what actor, who had left the show after season 7? Shout out to the team who put Gopher Grace. I like it. A good ode to Groundhog Day. But his name, Topher Grace. Topher Grace, your correct response there. 72% of you got that one right on the money. Question number 5. Sam Malone is the owner and bartender at the titular bar in Cheers. Prior to this, the character played what position for the Boston Red Sox? Sam Malone, prior to being a bartender, played on the Boston Red Sox as a pitcher, specifically a relief pitcher. Either of those going to get you a point there. Cheers, on the air from 1982 until 1993. Long run for that show. Our 6th question in this 90s sitcoms themed round. Fill in the blanks. The theme song to The Nanny begins with the line, "She was working at a bridal shop in blank blank." The Nanny, set right here in New York City. That theme song, "She was working at a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens." Flushing, Queens, your correct response for number 6. A little tougher, but 60% of you still pulling off a correct response there. 4 more questions in this round. Golden Girls had a spin-off show called The Golden Palace, in which 3 of the original main characters remained. Which of the Golden Girls was not a main character on The Golden Palace, as she had gotten married and moved away in the finale of the previous series? 4 options there. As portrayed by B. Arthur, Dorothy did not appear in The Golden Palace. Dorothy, your correct answer. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that I neglected you all by not noticing that, of course, Julia Louis-Dreyfus was a cast member on
Saturday Night Live.
You have been SNL'd here this evening. It snuck by me. Thanks for keeping me honest. And also, Oliver. Our eighth question in this round, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, featured many recurring characters, including one played by what actor who made up the other half of Will Smith's hip-hop duo? Perhaps best known for the song Summertime. His collaborator, Will Smith, was DJ Jazzy Jeff, also known as Jeffrey Allen Towns. His character on The Fresh Prince was Jazz. Question number 9. The TV series Blossom ran for 5 seasons and starred Mayim Bialik in the title role. The show's creator has said he loosely based the character of Blossom on what main character of a J.D. Salinger novel? It's not Franny or Zoe, as you may think, trying to come up with a J.D. Salinger novel that's not The Catcher in the Rye. But in fact, it was The Catcher in the Rye, and that character was Holden Caulfield. Blossom, originally intended to be a young boy. They changed it when Mayim Bialik was cast. 50% of you got that one right. Our final question of this round, shortly before his passing, Leslie Jordan became an Instagram sensation with 5.8 million followers. Prior to going viral, he was perhaps best known for his role as Beverly Leslie on what sitcom starring Deborah Messing and Eric McCormick? Leslie Jordan played Beverly Leslie on Will and Grace. Will and Grace, you're correct. Response, which began airing in 1998. That does bring us to the end of our first round of the quiz, leaving these 90s sitcoms behind us. Let's check in with our standings after one round. We've got a tie in 8th place with 9 points. McClunky, True Detective, Gravy Country, Socially Distant, Platinum Stance, Otrivia Rodrigo, Hands in the Ayers, We Drink and We Know Things, 22, Team Cockroach, The Next Orchestration, Jackass Incorporated, Chi-Chi's Forever, Pieced It Together, Team 578, and Team 570 8. And tied for the lead, perfect scores thus far, 10 for 10. We Drink and We Know Things, 12 and 17 and 696. Avis and Bobo, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, the Blue Shells, and the Helsinki Syndrome. Well done in round number 1, all of you. Let's check in with our schedule coming up. I mentioned it earlier, but it bears repeating that stick around after tonight's game to play the movie quiz. Coming up right at 9 o'clock. We share the same Twitch channel, but if you want to get signed up for the game, which I absolutely encourage you to do, it's a very fun game. If you haven't played before, if you have played, you already know that it's really creative and a ton of fun. And you can play by going to play.themoviequiz.com. That's how you get signed up. And we will be back with our next game 1 week from today. That is Wednesday, the 14th of February at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, right here at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Let's get into our second round of the evening, which tonight is in the category of an education. Let's get an education in this round. Round 2, question 1. Oh, Captain, my Captain, John Keating is the inspirational fictional teacher who is depicted in what 1989 movie? We almost had a social here. Oh, Captain, my Captain, John Keating is portrayed by Robin Williams on screen. It's Dead Poets Society. Dead Poets Society, your correct answer for number 1. Question number 2. Socrates was Plato's teacher, and Plato was the teacher of what ancient Greek philosopher and scientist who invented the field of formal logic and established his own school in Athens known as the Lyceum? Inventor of formal logic, also created the Lyceum. It's Aristotle. Aristotle is your correct response for number 2. Question number 3. Let's take you back to trigonometry class. How many degrees is one interior angle of an equilateral triangle? A triangle, of course, made of 180 degrees, half of 360. So 180 divided into 3 equal parts, it's 60 degrees per interior angle. 60, your correct answer for number 3. Question number 4, as depicted in the play The Miracle Worker, what American teacher is best known for being the instructor and lifelong companion of Helen Keller? Instructor and lifelong companion of Helen Keller. Her name, Anne Sullivan. Sullivan, your answer for number 4. A bit tougher there, but 48% of you still pulled off a correct answer. Question 5. In the sentence, they answered the trivia question quickly. The word quickly is what part of speech? Thank you so much, Dante. Dante's upset about the JD Salinger question. Yeah. No, he heard a car door outside and he thinks that Peter's home, but he's not. It's not him. It's a stranger. Your correct answer. They answered the trivia question quickly. Hey, hey, thank you. Come here. Quickly. It's an adverb. Dante, you knew that. 87% of you got that one right. Thank you so much. Come back over here. Take a nap. Question number 6. The 2009 movie An Education stars what actress as Oxford student Jenny Malore? She was nominated for her first of, so far, 3 Oscars for this role, including a nomination this year. Nominated this year for her performance in Maestro. That actor is Carrie Mulligan. Carrie Mulligan, your correct response for number 6. Our 7th question in round number 2. German pedagogue Friedrich Froebel coined what term in 1837 to refer to a play and activity institute he founded, where he aimed to nurture young students like growing plants? It sounds very German when you think about it, literally meaning a garden for children. It's kindergarten. Kindergarten, your correct response for number 7. 3 more questions in this round. Here's number 8. In the 2010s, the teaching of what kind of conjoined penmanship reached a low point, with Common Core standards encouraging U.S. grade schools to focus instead on teaching typing? There was such a backlash against it going away that it's on the upswing again, with now 21 states teaching this to students, where at the low point it was just 16 states. It's cursive. Cursive is back, everybody. And you all are fans of cursive, or at least you know about it, because for the first time this evening, every single team who submitted got that one right. We have a social. Well done, everybody. Our 9th question in this round. Who returned to the role of teacher Ms. Norbury in the 2024 Mean Girls movie musical 20 years after she originated the part? Miss Norbury in the Mean Girls movie circa 2004 and 2024, both portrayed by Tina Fey. For the second time tonight, everyone, you all got that one right. And naturally, you have just been
It's Saturday Night Live.
It happened twice tonight. A beautiful confluence of events right there. We've got one more question in this round. Here's number 10. In science class, students might learn about the scientific method, which includes what term for a supposition or proposed explanation based on the basis of limited evidence as a starting point for further investigation. What do you call that? A supposition based on limited evidence, you know better as a hypothesis. An hypothesis. You did it, everybody. We've got another social. Well played. A strong showing in this educational round. Let's check in with our standings as we head into the third round of the evening. Tied in 6th with 19 points, Avis and Bobo, Platinum Stanzo, Trivia Rodrigo, We Drink and We Know Things 22, Pieced It Together, and the Helsinki Syndrome. And tied for the lead, we've got 5 teams with perfect scores, 20 for 20. We Drink and We Know Things 12, 17, and 696. 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, and the blue shells. Our third round coming at you in just a moment. But before we get there, we have a new segment in season 57 that you know better as
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Each week in season 57, we are spotlighting a trivia team. I need you, yes, you, to submit some information about yourself. The well is running dry. I would love to know about you. This has been a lot of fun, but it can only continue if you submit some responses to these questions. I want to know your team name. Who are you? Where are you playing from? What do you do? What's your favorite trivia topic? And tell us some fun facts. And lastly, stump the audience with your very own trivia question. Tonight, our spotlighted team. I am excited to introduce you all to Chi-Chi's Forever. Hello, Chi-Chi's Forever, which consists of Darby and Nick, April and Greg, Keith and Lauren. And we best not forget their other members of their team. They're furry friends. We've got Lilo and Pepper, Lucy and Belle. Chi-Chi's Forever, thank you so much for sharing these wonderful photos of you all. Chi-Chi's Forever coming into us from Indianapolis, Indiana, and Washington, D.C. In the mix, we have an elementary teacher, an Air Force colonel, a project manager, doctor, kid taxi service coordinator, and office dilettante. Their favorite trivia topics include 90s music and culture, literature, history, and geography. Some fun facts I am excited to have learned about Chi-Chi's Forever. When they were in their 20s, they met every Tuesday night at a Chi-Chi's Tex-Mex restaurant for half-priced margaritas, appetizers, and lots of laughs. That sounds really fun. I would have liked to be there. Every Easter, Keith hosts the annual Easter Bunny Barbecue featuring rabbit meat entrees like pulled bunny, bunny pizza, and bunny chili. Infamous, that bunny chili. April and Greg, they made fondue cool again by hosting a fondue party annually since 1998. They've all been friends for over 25 years, and COVID brought them to play trivia with us, rather, here on Zoom. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you all. And appropriately, here is the trivia question that they submitted to us this evening. At its height, there were 210 Chi-Chi's locations in the United States. What year did the last location close? This is not worth any points. It's just here to see if they can stump us tonight. So if you think you know when the final Chi-Chi's location closed, place a guess. If you don't think you know, may as well place a guess. It's not going to count you any points here tonight. Let's see how you did. Thank you so much, Chi-Chi's Forever, for sharing all of this really fun info with us. I encourage you out there, if you haven't been the spotlighted team or player, just email me, meredith@nyctrivialeague.com with this information. I can't wait to hear from you. You could be the spotlighted team next week. Chi-Chi's, a restaurant I remember going to as a kid. I was a fan. Chi-Chi's, the final one, closed in 2004. 2004. 10% it seems got that one right. Either they remembered or they guessed well. Let's get into our third round of the evening. Thanks again, Chi-Chi's Forever. Round 3 tonight is in the category of Under the Sea. 10 questions in this round. Here is round 3. Question 1. In a 2015 absurdist comedy directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, David, played by Colin Farrell, must find a romantic partner in 45 days or be turned into what titular type of sea creature? That Yorgos Lanthimos movie starring Colin Farrell is called The Lobster. A lobster, your correct response for number 1. Question number 2. One of the few land creatures that lives under the sea on the TV show SpongeBob SquarePants is Sandy Cheeks, a squirrel proudly from what U.S. state? This one happened to be my hint of the night. If you all follow me on Instagram at Trivia Meredith, you would have known that at some point this evening, Sandy Cheeks would be coming up and that you needed to identify that she is from Texas. Texas is your correct response for number 2. If you don't already follow me, I encourage you to do so. I will help you out just a little bit next time you play 1 week from today, the 14th. It's Valentine's Day. We're doing it, everybody. Stay in. It's a love fest over here. Question 3. The 5th track on the 1969 Beatles album Abbey Road is Octopus's Garden, the only song on the album written and sung by which member? Octopus's Garden, sung and written by Ringo Starr is your correct answer for number 3. Question number 4 in this Under the Sea round. What English author of The Charge of the Light Brigade and Clarabelle wrote the 1830 poem The Kraken, describing the mythical sea creature of Scandinavian origin? Name that author. The Charge of the Light Brigade, The Kraken, by Alfred Lord Tennyson is your correct answer for number 4. Tennyson. Our 5th question in round number 3. Dwelling on the seafloor, echinoderms of the class Holothuroidae are better known by what name due to their resemblance to a certain culinary vegetable? Those sea floor echinoderms you know better as sea cucumbers. Sea cucumber, your correct response. So for number 5, our 6th question in round number 3. Literally meaning smothered or suffocated, what Cajun Creole dish of rice and shellfish like shrimp or crawfish is most popular in the southern regions of Louisiana? Some really good guesses coming in. We've got jambalaya, gumbo, succotash. But the one that translates to mean smothered or suffocated is étouffé. Étouffé, your correct response for number 6, our toughest question of the game thus far, with 38% of you getting it right. Question number 7, launched by the US Navy in 1954, the first nuclear-powered submarine shares its name with what fictional submarine led by Captain Nemo in Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? That submarine, the first nuclear powered one, got its name from Captain Nemo's submarine in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's called the Nautilus. Nautilus is your correct answer for number 7. On to our 8th question in round number 3. A massive earthquake in 1692 resulted in the submersion of the entire city of Port Royal in what Caribbean country's southern coast? The city was famous for its lavish wealth and heavy presence of pirates and privateers. Can I just say, what a wonderful turnout here tonight. Thank you so much for playing. We've got 61 teams who are joining us this evening. A few haven't answered any questions, but that's just 4 teams. So all the others are actually playing. I'm so grateful to have you all here tonight. Port Royal was in Jamaica. Jamaica, your correct response. Jamaica. 43% of you got that one right. 2 more questions in this under the sea round. Here's number 9. Observed in deep sea divers, the bends is an illness that arises from rapid release of what gas from the bloodstream, causing bubbles to form in the body if a diver ascends to the surface of the ocean too quickly. The bends is caused by the rapid release of nitrogen from the bloodstream. Nitrogen, your correct answer for number 9. You did well there. 62% of you got it right. Our final question of round number 3. In 2021, San Jose Shark forward Patrick Marleau played his 1,768th game in the National Hockey League, breaking what Hall of Famer's record for the Detroit Red Wings from 1946 through 1971. So he had played the most games in the NHL. Whose record did he surpass? He surpassed the record of Gordie Howe. Howe, your answer for number 10. 52% of you got that one right. That brings us to the end of round number 3. Let's check in with our standings. 3 rounds into the game with 1 round left. Right now, tied in 8th with 27 points, Zelmo Beatty, the Quizlamic State, True Detective, Gravy Country, Platinum Stance, We Drink and We Know Things 22, and Jackash Incorporated. Tied in 5th with 29, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, Pieced It Together, and the Helsinki Syndrome, and tied for the lead with perfect scores, 30 for 30, We Drink and We Know Things 12, 17, and 696, and the Blue Shells. It all comes down to our final round of the evening. But first, we do private events. If you're looking for a way to celebrate a personal event like a landmark birthday or a baby shower, we want to be part of it. We can put together a specially catered trivia game for you all. We can come in person or join you all remotely or some combination of the two. We can also put together a mixtape bingo game or one of these other games that you see over here. Additionally, we do corporate gatherings. So if you're looking for something fun to do for work, reach out to me, Meredith at nyctrivialeague.com. Our final round of the night, the picture round, is in the category of cars in TV and film. Cars in TV and film. In this round, you are going to see 10 images of cars that are featured in TV and film, and it is your job to name the TV show or movie in which you could find that particular car. You're going to have 5 minutes to work on this round. On your answer sheet, you'll see all 10 images up at the top of the page, and underneath those 10 images are 10 numbered blanks. Enter in the name of the movie or TV show on the corresponding numbered blank. Let's do it, everybody. Name the TV show or film that features these cars. See you in 5 minutes. Hi there, everyone. We are halfway through the picture round. Reminder, we're looking for the name of the movie or TV show that featured these specific automobiles. 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. When we get through that 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will have a tiebreaker question for you all after we reveal the answers to this round. So stay tuned and good luck. The time has come. If you haven't done so already, kindly click that submit answers button. We're going to find out how you all did in this round in just a moment. Look out for that countdown timer. A fairly challenging picture round, I would say. Some of these, it's like, well, this could be this or this. Others are very distinct. Image number one, I think one of the more distinct ones, I believe it's called the Pussy Wagon, if I'm not mistaken. It's from Kill Bill, Volume 1, Kill Bill. Image number two, that is the bus the family drives in Little Miss Sunshine. Image number three, it's Grease Lightning. Go Grease Lightning. Image number four, that there is Steve Urkel's car from Family Matters. Family Matters, your answer for that one. Super tricky. A lot of you said Mr. Bean. I may have said that myself. Image number five, that's from Wayne's World. Wayne's World. Party time, excellent. Image number six, pretty tricky, but 25 teams got it right. That old-fashioned, very cool car is from The Great Gatsby. Image number seven, if you look very closely, zooming in, you'll see an orange in front of the seven on that image. It's from The Godfather. Godfather, your correct answer for number seven. Image number eight, that is Austin Powers' car. Austin Powers international man of mystery. Sure. Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me. Yeah, his car still looked like that. I'm pretty sure. Number 9 right there, that underwater car is from Big Fish. That one really tricky. And lastly, number 10 is Back to the Future. Let's see how you all did on the picture round. Pretty well, I would say. The toughest one, Big Fish by far, with 10% of you getting it right. And Back to the Future, 85%. That does bring us to the end of our regular game with just a tiebreaker to close us out here this evening. Your tiebreaker, as always, is going to have a number as an answer. And your goal as you place your response to that tiebreaker is to guess as closely as you can to the correct number. That means you can guess over or under the number. In the event that you're part of a tie, whoever's closest is going to break that tie. Here's the question. According to a 2022 CNN report, how many total DeLorean model DMC-12 cars were built? Like the one you just saw from Back to the Future, how many of those were built? So place your best guess. It's wild, everyone. It comes up without even trying. You were double Mike Myers'd in that picture round, which yet again means that this evening, for the 3rd time / 4th time, you have been
It's Saturday Night
SNL'd.
Live.
I mean, there they are, Wayne and Garth, but right over there. I can't believe I missed it. Thanks for pointing it out, trivia man. It's just comes up without even trying. The DeLorean DMC-12 model cars, 9,530 of them were made. That's your correct answer for our tiebreaker here this evening. In the event that you were a part of a tie and you ended up in the top 15 or so teams, I will post the results over on our Instagram at NYC Trivia League as soon as we're able. So keep an eye out to see what happened here tonight. Stick around. The movie quiz is up next over at play.themoviequiz.com. And I hope very much to see you all 1 week from today, right here, the 14th of February. Some call it Valentine's Day. We'll be here at 8 o'clock Eastern time at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Let's check in with our final standings of the evening. Congratulations to our top teams finishing up the game tonight in a tie for 15th place with 32 points. Zuzu's Petals, Winning Wheel of Death, True Detective, Gravy Country, The Question Marks, Chi-Chi's Forever. Tied in 12th with 34, Why Not Zoidberg and Jackass Incorporated. Tied in 8th with 35, Zelmo, Beatty, The Quizlamic State and Platinum Stance, as well as Pieced It Together. Tied in 7th, nope, just alone in 7th, We Drink and We Know Things 22. In 6th with 37 points, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks. Tied in 4th with 38, The Blue Shells and the Helsinki Syndrome. And a 3-way tie for that top spot. No perfect scores tonight, 39 out of a possible 40. We Drink and We Know Things 12. We Drink and We Know Things 17. And We Drink and We Know Things 696. Thank you all so much. I've been Meredith from NYC Trivia League and Quiz Night America. Stick around. The movie quiz is happening right now. Thank you, Peter, and the rest of our writing team for helping to put together tonight's quiz. Thank you, Cullen, for making this possible. And thank you to Murr and the rest of the Rizzio team for creating the software you all played the quiz on tonight. Good night, everybody.